So it was a new guy, and he was bound and determined to prove that he was way more efficient than everybody else. And so he did a timing belt job on a Testarossa. That's a rear subframe out, complete service of the engine, replacing the water pump and the timing belts, and I think it was plugs and wires and things like that. But a full service. They call it a 15K, but it was every 5 years, regardless of the mileage, which is usually the time rather than the miles for that car. And he did it in about a day and a quarter. Like, he was given the car hypothetically on a Wednesday, and about halfway through the morning the next day, he had it running, which was, I admired it because it was like a 40-hour job. He had stayed. He was there after I left, so it wasn't like he cut corners or whatever. Anyway, he looking around the car, got it bolted in, started up, and everything, and so he made the mistake of going to an early lunch, and I witnessed it. I wasn't going to stop it because I knew that they were just doing what they normally do, which was take a bucket of coolant and another bucket of oil and splash it up, because the car was raised off the ground 6 feet or 7 feet, and they throw oil everywhere and coolant everywhere, and then we go to lunch. He's still out.
That is brutal. That is brutal.
And came back, and he is like frantic, looking for
everything's leaking.
And everything's leaking, and nobody's out there, and he's just like, you could see him like wide-eyed, like, what did I do? And he checks everything, and he cleans everything up, and the levels didn't go down. He didn't understand it. And I came over. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I don't understand what happened. It's like everything was good. It ran good. I ran it to temperature. And I'm like, well, I mean, you see anything wrong with it now? He goes, no. So, of course, he lowers it down. And, one of the other guys says, hey, start it up and rev it up. So he starts it up and revs it up. And, of course, they got the wrench on the counter, tap. And he turn off. So I think we let him off the hook after 15 minutes of him looking around and checking. Oh, my gosh. He didn't know how to take it, but it was, hey, if we're not picking on you, we don't like you, kind of a thing.
This has been Jeff Stearns, Connected Through Cars.